Wow, Familia. Hasbro did us proud with these box sets. Boom, what's up, Familia? Dayspring here with a ranking of the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Men 275 Strike Force box sets. They are gorgeous figures. I have to tell you, I am 100% impressed with these figures. I'm looking at all of them, and when I'm doing this ranking, I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to rank them because they look so good. Getting these figures reminds me when we got the X-Men Danger Room box set from Toy Biz back in the day when we were first collecting Marvel Legends, right? When the line was just starting in its infancy, you got that Danger Room box set and you thought these figures were just next level. And for me, all I can think of is that there is a collector out there, a young collector, who did not have the money for these box sets, but still found a way to pay for them and get them. And it's just staring at them in awe. And this is going to inspire their collection. This is going to inspire their passion for X-Men, for collecting figures for decades to come, in the same way that it did for me when I was a broke college student. Couldn't afford my rent, but I afforded being able to get 2 box sets from True of that Danger Room box set. So I just got to tell you, I think these figures are all great. The ranking was really hard, and I do think these figures are going to be inspiring collectors for generations to come. So these figures do have to be ranked. We all have different orders of ranking. Let me know in your comments below. Slide into our DMs on Power of X-Men on Instagram and let us know your ranking for these figures. But this was really tough to do. Especially, I knew who my number 1 was going to be, but I didn't know who my last one was going to be. And I didn't know, like, the middle ones I've had trouble, like, ordering them. And I think even as I'm doing this list, I'll probably update it as we're going along. But anyways, number 6 is Forge. And listen, I already love the Forge we got in the Caliban wave a couple of years ago. I thought that was a really great Forge. This one looks really good, but it's not my favorite head sculpt. He looks a little worried, in my opinion. I don't think you can see on here on the background, so I'm going to overlay an image. But he looks very worried in my opinion here. So that's why he's number 6. He's the bottom right here. And I also think he needed the fringe boots. But Forge is a character I feel they've always gotten right in Marvel Legends format. Again, he's number 6, but that does not mean he's not a great figure. But I love the original Face-Off Forge that we got. I loved the Caliban Wave one we got. And if I had to rank them, I would put the Caliban Wave, then this one, and then the Face-Off one. But again, this one, I just think he's missing the fringes on the boots. His face looks a little bit more concerned to me. I like the paint deco. It looks like he's a little flushed. And I love how they sculpted his hair and his headband. Kind of goes all the way around. I mean, the tech on this figure is incredible. And he comes with a gun, which looks very Krakoan to me. But he's coming in at number 6. Number 5 is Jubilee. And listen, we've gotten some pretty awesome Jubilee figures over the years. I mean, for our 5-inch Toy Biz collectors, I love that Generation X wave Jubilee with the plastic skates that come with her, all the way through to the robot series, all the way through to the Build-A-Figure True exclusive Vampire Jubilee. I love the animated series one that we got. And I absolutely love the one that we just got in the Caliban wave. Jubilee is also a character that they seem to always get right in Marvel Legends format. And this figure, we get an update to her face. I mean, the deco, her eyes are so beautiful and they pop. The bubble gum, I don't know. It feels more translucent for me. She looks so good. She looks so mall rat mischievous, gonna put you in your place if you dare try to discipline her. And I love how you can move her glasses up to her forehead and they stay there. Oh, I say that as it just fell off. Womp womp. But it looks so good. It's a beautiful figure. The only thing I will say is that, like, some of the paint deco around the gloves is a little sloppy for me. That's fine. I can live with it. It's not a deal breaker by any means. And sort of around her joints on her shoulders, I see some of the blue there. So it's not the cleanest, but this figure, looks good. She's coming in at number 5, unfortunately, but it still doesn't mean that she's not a good figure. All right, number 4 is the Earth Goddess herself, Storm. And she's middle of the road for me, quite literally, because the thing about Storm is that she's a character that demands a presence. And in fairness to the Hasbro team, this is a beautifully done figure. The face is incredible. The hair sculpting, the earrings. But Storm is the kind of character that walks into a room and just has a presence. She doesn't so much have it with this costume, and that's with the comic books, and it's fine. This is supposed to be the uniform team here, the generic uniform team for that the X-Men wear. So that's why she's middle of the road for me, but this figure absolutely looks incredible. It's very fun. Listen, if you love Storm, this is a character you should have. Storm is one of those figures that in Marvel Legends format, I don't think has gotten enough TLC. We only got essentially one figure of her back during the Toy Biz day. I mean, they gave us a Mohawk head variant, and then they recolored it, with her white costume and the blue wash. But we only got one Storm figure, essentially. And then when Hasbro took over the license, it took a minute before we would get an actual updated Storm figure. And thank God we got the Jim Lee Storm, and we got the Goddess Storm, and we got 80s Storm, punk rock 80s Storm. But Storm is deserving of more Marvel Legends figures. We want to see her in her X-Men red costume, for example. We want to see the Soul Regent, her Hellfire Gala costume. I mean, Storm has a plethora of costumes to choose from. I want her with the bangs that she had during Onslaught. So, compared to all those other looks, this look just kind of falls flat a little bit, I'm sorry to say, but it doesn't mean it's not a great figure. All right, number 3 is Psylocke. Oh my God. If you're a Psylocke stan, what a great time to be a Psylocke stan. I mean, this figure, it's just gorgeous. I mean, the face, how her hair's off to the side, the accessories she comes with. I mean, her psychic blade fits so perfectly in her hand. I've always had trouble in the past with the psychic blade because it always falls off. It's not that light up series psychic blade, which stayed in its place back in the day. But my God, we have come such a long way with Betsy figures from that first Toy Biz Marvel Legends wave, which I thought was gorgeous, and that Sam Hatmaker from Toy Biz gave me when I was working at Marvel. So shout out to Sam. But when you look at this figure next to her, it's night and day. She looks so wonderful, so beautiful, so powerful, such like an assassin while still wearing the X-Men uniform. If you're a Psylocke stan, you need this figure. She's so beautiful. Again, I cannot talk about her hair enough. The way it's just sculpted to the side and the purple wash on it. And you can see the part right down the side part. And it's so wonderful. She looks like she's just going to jump up and stab me with her psychic blade. All right. So the next two were really difficult because I think these are must-have figures. But there's a reason why I chose my number 1. So our number 2, the runner-up, is Gambit. Oh my God. I think this is a definitive Gambit figure. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at those eyes. Look at how the eyebrows are. Look at those lips. They got this figure 100% right. The only thing I can call out is that his hand, you can see some of the blue wash. It's not the yellow is not 100% done on there correctly. You can tell it's kind of sloppy, but it's only on his left hand. Everything else, the paint is perfect. The face, oh my God, I feel like I'm talking to Remy LeBeau himself. The hair, the way it just kind of comes out, quaffs out. It's so windswept. It looks great. This figure is going to be worth a lot one day. I'm saying it right now. This is a definitive Gambit figure, especially compared to the others. This is Jim Lee art at its finest. It's literally you're holding a piece of Jim Lee while you're holding this figure. I cannot think that a Gambit stan wouldn't love this figure. All right, and number 1, folks, is Banshee. Listen, Banshee is not only a wonderfully done figure, I mean, just take a look at him, especially compared to the original Hasbro Marvel Legends that like literally everyone was so upset about back in the day. But this Banshee, oh my God. Oh my God. Look at his face. The deco, the sculpting, and he comes with an alternate head too. I mean, take that, Siren. I mean, that's what we needed out of Siren, by the way. We needed a second alternate head for Siren, right? For another day. But, we had Ryan Ting on the podcast a couple years ago, and he said that Dwight would never do Banshee again because that was the first figure he did. So if he ever did Banshee again, it would be the last figure he ever did. Obviously, that's not true because Dwight is not going anywhere. But this Banshee is so definitive. It's so essential that we have him in this costume. We got him in this costume during the Toy Biz era where you had to like blow on his back and he would whistle. So we've come a long way with this character as well, being rendered in toy format. But you hold this figure, and it's everything you want out of a Banshee figure. You can't tell me otherwise. I mean, I said that years ago during the Series 6, the original Toy Biz Series 6 wave, and I was holding Phoenix, and I was like, how could they get any better than this? And oh, they have. But I honestly mean it right now. I don't know how figures can get better than this. This to me is quality. This is like SH Figure Arts Figma premium toy quality. I mean, this box set is worth every penny, and it's going to be worth a lot on the secondary market one day. And this Banshee in particular is going to be sought out. This is a definitive figure for Banshee. Get him now. Honorable shout out to obviously the Wolverine in that costume that came with the retro card wave. It's a great figure as well. I don't mind having a Wolverine figure. I've said that before. I'll say it again. If I want a Wolverine figure, I'll pick it up. If I don't want it, I don't pick it up. Hasbro has done such a great job of letting you have that option, not forcing you to buy a Wolverine. And I definitely think you should buy the Wolverine for this. That is our ranking of the Uncanny X-Men 275 inspired figures. They're 2 box sets. You can get them wherever you get your Marvel Legends action figures. They are shipping now from HasbroShop.com, so make sure you get these right away. If you like the content, what you see, please, we're trying to push our YouTube content here. I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel here. I really want to make sure that our familia expands to the YouTube sphere. It's fun to do videos. I love having conversations with this community. So this is just another format. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit whatever button helps elevate our vibe here, and you'll get more videos soon.